men build it? And the Lord said, behold, this people is one, and they have all one language. And this they begin to do, and now nothing will be restrained from them, which they have imagined to do. Y'all getting that? All right, so I'm gonna read that.
I like what you guys doing. I like what you guys doing.
Well, yeah, just get the point though.
I just think that everybody could like come to it. Everybody kind of is coming to it.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter what we think. It matters what God thinks.
They're not going to come to it. Hold on, just 1 second. Let's go.
It says, I'm going to read that one part again. And the Lord said, behold, this people is one, and they all have one language. And this thing they begin to do, and now nothing will be restrained from them.
All right, hold that. Hold on.
Yep.
Can you grab Revelation 17 and 1? Because remember, he mentioned Babylon, and all the people back then, they were coming together to build up the Tower of Babel. Yeah. They were being unified, like your brother mentioned, a Novus Ordo Seclorum. You know, out of many we are one, right? Yeah. Go ahead.
Revelation 17 and 1, and there came out of the and there came one of the 7 angels which had the 7 veils, and talk with
because
them.
America is known as modern day Babylon. It's known as modern day Babylon. In the Bible, America is known as modern day Babylon. Go ahead.
And talk with them, saying unto me, come hither, I will show unto thee.
Didn't like God say that he wouldn't do like what happened to Babylon like that?
No, it doesn't say that in the Bible.
You're talking about flooding the water.
Go ahead.
Unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters, which whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with wine.
So it says the judgment of the whore that sitteth upon many waters. When you go to New York, right? Let's say for instance you're an immigrant that's coming over here from another country, and you took a boat to get over here. What's the first thing you're gonna see? You're gonna see the Statue of Liberty. You know, that right there is a physical sign to show you that America is the whore that sit upon many waters. Who are the many waters that America is sitting upon? Can you go to verse 15?
And if I might add, at that time, what was happening? All of those immigrants over there in Europe, you know, and all of those around the coastal areas, they were all coming to America. And America was being advertised as they was being advertised as this place was the streets was paved with gold.
Exactly.
So everybody was coming here for work. Yep. And over in Europe, it was dry. It was fucked up over there. They was trying. That's why they came to establish this over here. It was prophetic.
And verse Revelation 17 and 15. And he said unto me, the waters which thou showest were the whore cities and people and multitudes and nations and tongues. And the 10
y'all got that? Multitudes, nations, and tongues.
And the 10 horns which thou showest upon the beast, these shall be hated. I mean, these shall hate the whores.
Yeah, don't all the other nations hate America now? America, that these nations were established before America. America came out of the blue, became a superpower. So now the nations are hating America.
And the point that that was brought out in there was the fact that the place that the waters, right? Because it said the whore sat upon many waters. It says that the waters are nations. Can you read that part again?
But if America is everybody's coming together, like yours, that's what it is. Then wouldn't everybody be like on this?
We're gonna break it down. We're gonna cause you to understand, because it ain't given for everybody to understand this.
All right, I'll come back though.
Hold on, just 1 second. You can't ask us questions and you can't ask us questions, then don't allow us to address those questions.
All right,
you know, everything must be done in decency and in order. Go ahead.
Verse 15. And he said unto me, the waters which thou showest were the whore cities, or people and multitude and nations and tongues.
It's people, multitude, nations, and tongues. So that's the same thing that was going on in the Babylon when they built the Tower of Babel. And who brought all these people to America? Can you read Isaiah 10 and 13?
All right. Isaiah 10 and 13. For he said, by the strength of my hand I have done it, and by my wisdom, for I am prudent, and I have removed the bounds of the people, and have robbed their treasures.
So what is the bounds of the people, right? Because the so-called white man said, I've removed the bounds of the people. The Most High set boundaries up. Because the Most High deals with segregation. The one who you call Dios in the Mexican language, in Spanish, you know, the one that the world calls God, he set bounds. Can you grab Deuteronomy 32 and 8?
Yeah, Deuteronomy 32 and 8. When the Most High divided to the nations their inheritance,
Divided.
all right, when he separated the sons of Adam,
Separate.
he set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel.
So here it is, the Most High separated all of these people because he didn't want them to be together. That's the reason why it says that he set bounds. But the so-called white man removed the bounds of those people, and he tried to get them to come together the same way that that they did back then in Babylon.
But he didn't want them. They didn't want them. All the enslavement stuff. They would be pissed off if like people got together, like white people and black people. They would be like, "That's wrong." They kill the white person too.
That's true. That's true. But listen, can you go back to that? Because the Most High back then, he didn't want the people to be together. He didn't want the people to be together.
Now check this out.
Go ahead.
This is Genesis chapter 11, chapter 8. Now we chapter 11, verse 8. Now we just said that these people was one people and they have one language and and nothing to be restrained from them. All right. It says, "Go to, let us go down, and there confound their language, that they may not understand one another's speeches."
There you go.
That's where you get from people having different languages now.
I get it.
Because
it's
the whole world, right? When you went into certain, like let's say for instance, when different people, different immigrants came here, they'll speak different languages. They wasn't speaking. So by the third and fourth generation being here in America, what is the language that they speak now? They're speaking English.
Yeah.
So here it is. The world is becoming of one language, like it was back then. So if the Most High doesn't want all of these people together, what's going to happen?
Now, this is what's going to happen now. It says, "Go to, let us go down."
Hold on, we got one more question. You have one more question. At least allow us the opportunity to teach you about that question that you asked. Go ahead. You got it?
It says, verse 8, "So the Lord scattered them abroad from thence upon the face of all the earth, and they left off to build the city. Therefore is the name of it called Babel," which means confusion, "because the Lord did there confound their language," confused, "of all the earth, and from thence did the Lord scatter them abroad upon the face of all the earth."
So this place is also called Babylon too, confusion. When you look at certain laws that the so-called white man passed in this place, right? He basically allows a man to be with a man, a woman to be with a woman. That's confusion. When a woman get hurt or take hormone pills and get surgery to look like a man, or when a man gets surgery to look like a woman, there's people that are walking down here right now that were born a man or born a woman. But now the woman looks like the man and the man looks like the woman. You can't even tell the difference.
Better be careful.
Also, you got a so-called, because you had asked a question, right? Can you get the wheat in the tares? You had asked a question. You said why don't those people just get with these people and then they all become good? Well, the so-called white man tried to do that, but he did it for wickedness. Because what he did was he planted his seed inside of our people, right? So now you got people that are from a white race that looks black, and that's confusion as well. But yeah, it does matter, because in the Bible, the Lord identifies the so-called white man as the devil, as Satan, as the wicked, right? He identifies him as the wicked. So go ahead and read it.
All right. Let's see. This is Matthew 13 and 24. "Another parable put he forth unto them, saying, The kingdom of heaven is likened unto a man which sowed good seed in his field. But while men slept, his enemy came and sowed tares among the wheat, and went his way. But when the blade was sprung up and brought forth fruit, then appeared the tares also. So the servants of the householder came and said unto him, Sir, this not thou sow good seed in thy field? From whence then have it tares? He said unto them, An enemy have done this. The servant said unto him, Wilt thou then that we go and gather them up? But he said,
nay. Would you then go and gather, that we gather them up? And he said, no, don't gather them up. You know, would you then go and that we took the Israelites from among the nations? You know, no, don't gather them up, because if you take the Israelites out of all of the nations, you might gather up some of the tares too. You know, the people that look like Israelites, but they're not Israelites, because the Most High is only dealing with the children of Israel. And you got that in Psalms 147 and 19.
Psalms 147. Psalms 147. Psalms 147 and...
Matter of fact, you can grab Matthew 1 and 21.
I just had one for it.
Because that fits better.
Okay.
This is Matthew 1 and 21. You got Matthew's 1. Alright, Matthew 1 and 21. And she shall bring forth a son, and thou shalt call his name Jesus, for he shall save his people from their sins.
Because the Messiah only came for the children of Israel. He didn't come for any other nation. This ain't for any other nation. This is only for the children of Israel. That's it.
She was just inquiring about that. That's Leviticus chapter 13.
But you gotta ask us if you want to touch our stuff.
Yeah, you act like I was gonna steal it.
No, it's not about you stealing. It's about respect.
That's right.
I don't want to touch it anyway.
It's okay. Why don't you just take a picture of it? That way you can keep it with you.
I don't want to take a picture of it.
Read Leviticus 13. Leviticus 11.
Hey, the Lord's gonna bring judgment upon you.
No.
All of them different color hair.
Bye, Felicia.
Fucking man too.
Never know.
Go back to what you were just reading about the wheat and tares.
All right, this is back in Matthew's. I'm going to pick up from verse 13 to 29 about the wheat and the tares. But he said, nay, lest while ye gather up the tares, ye root up also the wheat with them. Let both grow together until the harvest, and in the time of harvest I will say to the reapers, gather ye together first the tares and bind them in bundles to burn them.
There you go. So the Lord is going to gather all of these nations that look like Israelites, right? Because they mix themselves in by popping Israelite women. You know, so that children came out looking like Israelites. The Most High is going to gather them up and do what to them?
Say, and bind them in bundles to burn them, but gather the wheat into my barn.
There you go, and gather the wheat into his barn. The barns is those what you call UFOs, man. He's gonna gather us up into the UFOs and take us away from this place. Because what's gonna happen after we're taken away? Fire is gonna rain down from the Most High Heavenly Father upon America. Hey, that was the agenda of Esau, and the reason why he established America. And he wanted this place to be like a great melting pot. You know, where everybody just mingling inside of this place. And you not being able to know who is who and what is what.
Precept.
It's a fucking man.
This is Isaiah 26 and 20. Come, my people, enter down into thy chambers, and shut thy doors about thee. Hide thyself as it were for a little moment, until the indignation be overpassed. You know, what I was talking about, you know, the so-called UFOs, you know, in the scriptures they're referred to, you know, as clouds, chariots, you know, just to name a few. You know what I'm saying? You know, when in that day of the Lord, you know what I'm saying, that twinkling of an eye, you know what I'm saying, that's going to be our, the strangers of our salvation, you know what I'm saying? We're going to be caught up in those chariots, Lord willing, you know what I'm saying, and escape imminent danger, that the Lord is gonna put on this earth. You know what I'm saying?
Who cares? It's gonna be left down here to burn up. If he gonna separate them.
Because he said, why don't we all just come together? Or what's gonna happen to the ones that their father was white and their mother was an Israelite? I believe that was one of the questions that he asked. Well, that's what's gonna happen. If you would have stuck around, you would have found out what was gonna happen to him. I think what was another question he asked? I think it was 3. It escapes me right now, but the Most High don't deal with the heathens, man. And it will prove that, right? When you read Ezra's, I want to say this, Ezra's the 4th chapter. I'll read it.